Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's John and this is a photography channel mainly. Most of the videos I post are about photography, either me introducing a location or attempting some sort of photographic technique. Very rarely I'll talk about gear, but occasionally I will. And the bulk of the videos are about landscape photography or street photography, but travel photography when we're allowed, and cityscapes, that sort of thing. But every now and then I'll go off in a different tangent, and today's one of them. So stay tuned and you'll get to see how I took this image and how I took this image, and yeah, we're off to shoot some red squirrels. So I'm up in the Trossachs National Park, just up at the David Marshall Lodge. Now, I was here last week with a client as part of a one-to-one tour. Hi Matt, hope you enjoyed it. And we did find that there was a lot of red squirrels, youngsters by the looks of it. I'm sure there's a word for a young red squirrel, but I don't know it. Anyway, one of the first stops we did was the waterfall. I said, kind of off the cuff, that I didn't think it was possible to access the higher part of the waterfall. And that's been kind of nagging at me since, because I don't think I've ever actually tried. I just assumed that it wasn't possible because I've never seen a photo from up near the top. So what I've done today is come back, firstly with the intention of grabbing a few squirrel shots, but also to explore the upper reaches of this waterfall to see if there is indeed a shot to be had up here. I'm at the top of the waterfall and it appears you can. Look at this. Last week when I was here, we were down there and we were shooting up the waterfall, which, yeah, as you can probably see, is quite an impressive drop. But as I've often said, I never think waterfalls look anywhere near as impressive looking down. You've either got to be on a level with them or looking up the way. Well, I don't know if you can make out, but there are actually people down at the bottom of the waterfall now. But yeah, this is nice. Unfortunately, I'm shooting directly into the sun at the moment, so you probably can't get an awful lot of the details, but we've got this lovely big rock pool, these little cascades, and then this sudden drop off where the water just pours over the edge. I can't believe I've never been up here. Anyway, I'm going to take a walk up. Perhaps when I come back the sun will have moved slightly and I might manage to get this shot in the bag, because it does look nice, just the light's at the wrong angle. But what I'll do is I'll take a little reference shot just now, just a handheld reference shot, and then I'll move further up towards these cascades and see if there's any other shots over there. But yeah, this is lovely. So yeah, I'm here now. I've kind of come up a bit further. Unfortunately, those pools are looking a lot deeper than my wellies, so I probably won't be able to walk just straight across. And because of these fallen trees, there isn't really an easy route to this part. I might attempt to cross closer to the drop, see if I can get onto this bank and see if there's another shot. But you know, these little cascades are nice. I wouldn't say they were you know, gorgeous waterfalls is just begging to be shot, but they're nice. This also provides quite an interesting view here. I'm still just shooting handheld because I do just want to maybe grab some of these as test shots. I think this is a scene that might look a lot better at a different time of year, or even a different time of day. But yeah, I'm grabbing some test shots, making sure I get a record of what it looks like up here. Yeah, so there wasn't an obvious way across to the other side, and it looks as though there may be a way across, but you're very close to the drop there, and I'm not that brave, so I'm afraid I'm leaving that. But it's a nice view, isn't it? And you can get some idea of scale. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there are people just down there, and they're not particularly far away as the crow flies, but because of the height of these falls, they're looking quite distant. The sun's just gone behind a cloud, and that's kind of evened out the dynamic range quite a bit. So I might grab a shot of this view. It would have been better if we had those people in it for scale, but they've just decided to move. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to grab this shot probably from about here, because I want to include these boulders here, and then follow up to the side of the falls, and then the drop, and then ideally I want to get something of the background in there as well. So I'm going to shut up and grab this shot now. Okay, so I've grabbed that shot for the waterfall. Very tight space, so I couldn't really set up the tripod. All I'm going to do now is head down to the waterfall, which is the spot that we shot from the other day there, and I'll grab a couple of shots there, and then it's onward to shoot some squirrels, hopefully. Yeah, and as I said, I always think waterfalls look more impressive looking up rather than looking down. And that is quite impressive, isn't it? So I grabbed some shots of the waterfall, but just as I was setting up my tripod, a huge group of kids came along, so I left to let them splash about in the water for a while. I'm going to pop up to the hide. As I say, last week I think we saw 4, maybe 5 red squirrels in total, all looking quite young, so I'm kind of hoping that, well, A, they haven't grown too much, but also that they're still here. We did notice that they left pretty quickly as soon as the rain came on, and it's a glorious day today, so fingers are crossed that we're going to see and photograph some red squirrels. Okay, so no squirrels. than me bumming it up. I just spoke to a fella, the guy who was leading the group of children, and he said he was here yesterday and there was still some young ones kicking about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up to this other location, which is just up this hill here, and see if we can grab a couple of shots up there, and then I've got to come back this way anyway, so I'll pop back into the hide and see if we can get the elusive red squirrels then. I love the way the sun is backlighting this moss covered branch. Might grab that shot. Not because it's some amazing image, but it caught my eye. And at the end of the day, that's pretty much what photography is all about, isn't it? So I've come off the main track. I take a walk down this path and then that leads down the way. I've no idea what's down there, but I do like these trees, and every now and again there's a little splash of colour in there. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for contrasts, you're looking for shapes, and the contrast that you're looking for could be light and dark, it could be smooth and rough, it could be colour contrasts, but just something that draws your eye into an image. And I really am still liking this gnarly old tree, but I've not been able to find an angle on that yet. Is there a shot there? You know, this little standalone tree. Unfortunately, we've got another fallen branch in front of it, which is kind of ruining the shot slightly. But I might try go around the other side. Yeah, this is nice, isn't it? Backlit like that. I think I'll grab this shot. As before, what I'll do is I'll expose for the highlight, and that should render most of the image in darkness. Yeah, we'll see how that looks. Aye, what do I know? I did what I said. I exposed for the highlights, and I was shooting at f10, still handheld, and it just wasn't giving the separation that I thought it would. So instead what I did was I opened it up to its maximum aperture, which is on this lens f4, and that gave me a much faster shutter speed of 1/320, and I think the shallower depth of field helps to bring a bit of separation between that tree and the background. So yeah, I kind of like that. It looks okay in the back of the camera. If it looks okay when I get it back, I'll put it on the screen just now. Yeah, so I'm convinced there's a nice shot in it, but I just can't see it. You know, maybe with this tree as a foreground, this tree here, kind of framing up a shot there. Maybe a tight crop of that gnarly old tree there. Going to have to exclude the sky because that's very bright and will almost certainly burn out immediately. But I'm going to take a shot before I head further round. So yeah, I'm going to head back to the main path now, and then up to that waterfall that I've not shot for years. It might not even be there anymore. This one should take us up to a little stream and a waterfall, which I I'm going to have to double check. I'm tempted to say about 12 years ago was the last time I was here, which is quite scary if it's true. I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Simultaneously there, I heard a blackbird singing, some kind of bird of prey screeching out, a beautiful sound of a waterfall, and some clown that go ape screaming. What's wrong with this picture? Anyway, here's the waterfall. Now, I don't think it's possible to get access to this particular part of the fall, but just a little bit beyond these trees there is some lovely little cascades there as well, and I have walked and shot some cascades down there, so I'm going to head down there. The light here is just spectacular, isn't it? Again, shooting into the light, but because of that little bit of haze that we have, it really gives you some separation between the foreground trees and the background. That's beautiful. I'm going to grab that shot. Right, well, I've taken this shot, but let me just talk you through what I did. I used these shadows almost as kind of leading lines, which drove your eye into the centre here, where this little bright patch is. And I've used some of these other trees, this one here, and these two here, to frame the shot. I was careful to make sure there was a bit of gap between these two trees. Obviously if you go a bit closer they kind of merge into one, so I was careful to make sure I had a gap. And again, shooting handheld at quite a wide aperture. I'm at 5.6 100 ISO, which is giving me a shutter speed of 1/60, but I'm shooting on a 24mm lens, so 1/60 should be okay for handheld shots. And yeah, it looks nice on the back of the camera. I focused on this nearest tree, so that's probably going to have quite a shallow depth of field, so what I might do is take another shot where I'm focusing on these background trees, and then if I need to I can merge them. But yeah, that's looking nice.
So I reached the waterfall, as you can see, and thankfully it was still there. I spent about 40 minutes taking photographs and shooting some video for a project that I'm working on before turning around and descending back down the hill again.
So, heading back down to the hide now, on my way back out. Really just more out of hope than expectation, but hoping that we might catch a glimpse of the squirrels on the way out. If not, I did get some shots 4 days ago, so I'll maybe just put them up now instead, but I think I would rather do it all in the video. Anyway, beggars can't be choosers. Here we go. So that was lucky. At least 2, possibly 3 squirrels turned up after only 5 minutes. They hung around for a while. I got a couple of shots and hopefully a little bit of video footage to prove it. Yeah, that was nice. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day for this location. So that's us for another video. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give us a little thumbs up if you did. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.